Everyone. Meeting's being recorded. I am here live streaming and on Zoom with the fabulous Dr. Laura Ritchie. And she's a doctor of physical therapy, and she has other degrees, which I forget right now. And she is an absolute expert in essential oils, and specifically doTERRA. And I am just so thrilled to be collaborating with her again on this lovely Thursday morning. I'm going to start first, and I'm going to share some very simple tips and tricks for fall makeup. So I'm so excited to share that with you all. And then we're gonna switcheroo around 10:30, and Dr. Ritchie is going to dive in, and she's going to share, and I'm so excited for this, and I need this in my life. She's going to share some very simple head tension tips and tricks to reduce and get rid of your head and neck tension. Yay! How excited are we for that? So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and get us started, and I encourage you guys to ask questions. And Dr. Laura, if you don't mind kind of monitoring on Facebook, and if there's any questions coming in, happy to answer them. But I'm going to do a simple fall tutorial, fall look, and this is something that anyone can do. You don't have to be a makeup artist to appreciate and be able to use crunchy makeup. So I've already prepped my face with all my skincare, and now I'm going to dive in with the most important skincare. Can we see this? Yes. This is our SPF 30 Sunlight Sunscreen. This is blocks 100% of UVA and UVB rays. I do about 1.5 pumps, which does my entire face and neck and ears. And this is hands down the best sunscreen that you will ever find. And you must wear sunscreen. This is the most important part of your day right here. Most important part of your skincare routine. And I would argue self-care all day. See, it's covering my hands, I'm doing my neck. And so this blocks 100% of UVA and UVB rays, SPF 30 non-nanoparticle reef safe zinc oxide. And this is just an incredible, incredible sunscreen because it is so effective. And look at that, it just blends right in. Okay, so no ghost, no grease. It's like moisturizer, but it's true protection for your skin. And you just want to follow the directions. So if you're someone who's pale and fair and tends to burn like I do, you do want to reapply every 2 hours. This is key, even in the fall months. We're like, oh, it's fall, we set aside our sunscreen, we don't think about it. No, 365 days a year. Because not only does it prevent wrinkling from the sun's rays, but it also prevents skin cancer, right? And we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, I believe it's Breast Cancer Prevention Month, which is October, but I also believe in Skin Cancer Prevention Month, just as important. And it's easy to think, oh, we're out of the summer months, I don't need my sunscreen, I won't pick it up again until next summer. That would be a terrible mistake. You want to protect your skin every single day with crunchy SPF 30. So that is arguably the most important part of your daily skincare routine. Premature aging from the sun, no thank you. I want to age gracefully, but I don't want to age too fast. Also, like when you have any type of skin issue, too much exposure to the sun can actually aggravate and irritate and inflame your skin. It can actually lead to chronic inflammation in your skin. So really one of the best things you can do for the condition of your skin is to wear that daily sunscreen. And you want a physical sunscreen like Crunchies, not a chemical sunscreen. So mineral sunscreen is key, and Crunchies is arguably the best. So next up is our Smart Primer, and this is something that you want to use all the time under your foundation. I do about 1.5 to 2 pumps, and the primer is incredible. I call it spackle for your face. It smooths fine line, pores, texture, wrinkles, especially in the fall months as temperatures start to drop. You want to be sure that you're using products that nourish your skin. And Crunchy skincare and our makeup, our primer, foundation, concealer, they all contain skincare ingredients, and they're like using skincare on your skin. So you're nourishing your skin and just providing beneficial ingredients to it while you are, while you're putting it on. So you're putting on your makeup, but you're also feeding your skin. So that's the primer, and that's that smooth surface for the foundation to lay on top of beautifully, and to, hi guys, welcome, and for it to adhere to your skin. So this is what I love so much about Crunchy, is that it just feels so good on your face. It truly just feels amazing on your skin. You just don't feel like you're wearing anything on your skin. So next up is our concealer. Hi ladies, hi Christina, hi Avi, hi Heather. This is so fun to see everyone hopping on. So I'm just gonna take with our number 4, 5, 6 concealer brush. Sometimes I forget the numbers. I'm just gonna apply the concealer and eye primer right where I need it. So I just a little on my nose because my redness is, I have so little redness on my skin. I have had acne rosacea, cystic acne rosacea most of my life. The only thing that honestly has helped control it is my crunchy skincare and makeup. I was able to get rid of all of my medications that I use for rosacea just by adding in crunchy skincare and makeup. And I also occasionally use the Immortelle roller on my face, which I totally love, and on my neck. So that's been a nice addition. I also use Yarrow Palm. I typically mix that with my primer. So you can see I've lightened and brightened the area. Hopefully you can see. And again, I use the eye primer and concealer, and I use the shade L20. And then I use our beautiful concealer brush. You guys, sorry if this background always kind of messes up like when I hold up my products. So next up, we're gonna apply, and this is what I love. So also in the summer months, sometimes we kind of go foundation free. We're using less makeup. Also, people were wearing masks more in the summer. We're using masks less. Hey, Gwen. So now we're back to fall. Guess what? It's foundation time, right? We want to put a little bit of color on. We want to put a little bit of a layer on, smooth out our skin, even out our complexion. So we're going to grab our Beautifully Flawless foundation, and I'm actually a mix of 2 and 2.5. In the full dead of winter, I'm going to be a 2.0, but I'm right now a mix of 2 and 2.5, so I can customize my color. This foundation, I absolutely love it. It feels like nothing on your skin, and it just gives you that beautifully flawless complexion that you want. And I don't like to use a lot, so I'm going to just use maybe like a quarter of a pump of each. So this is like a half a pump, and I like to go in layers. So of course I'm going to use our flat top foundation brush to apply, and I love to apply in layers. So I will just go in with a little bit, and then I can always go back and apply more if I need it. So that's kind of the rule of thumb always with makeup, fall makeup, summer makeup, makeup any time of the year. Go in with less, and you can always go back and apply more, okay? And this brush makes it so easy. You just feel like a makeup artist. This is the best brush to start with if you're just getting started with crunchy brushes. I do love this number 1 flat top brush. And we're going to do a simple look today. We're going to keep it very, very simple. One product always does. I love that one product always does double duty. I think it's really important to not overwhelm yourself and not try and do a full face every single day unless you want to. Laura is always rocking her full crunchy face most days, and she looks beautiful doing so. And she appreciates how clean the products are. That's one thing that I really cannot talk about enough, is how clean the products are and how toxin-free they are. We do third-party testing for ingredients, third-party testing for the presence of heavy metals. And I think that that is a key component of why our products are so good for us. And they just also perform so well. So that's our foundation. You can see I use maybe a half a pump, okay? And that gives full coverage, but feels like nothing's on my skin, and it still looks like my skin. It's just smooth and even. So next up is we're gonna set this with our loose powder. And again, in the fall, I actually tend to use a little bit less powder because I'm not gonna be so shiny. And I tend to get a little oily in my T-zone in the summer months, but in the fall and winter months, definitely not. So I'm just going to use a very light dusting of powder, and I'm just going to kind of focus on the T-zone. So just kind of right through here. And if you need to wear a mask, you just put, I would do an extra layer of concealer, foundation, and powder. You don't need to do, you don't need to do too much, but I just do a little bit of powder. Hey, Karen. And I use, of course, our number 2 loose powder brush, which is so fabulous to apply powder and to really blend in larger areas. So next up is one of my favorite things for fall is I love to give myself, full brows for fall. And let me see if I can find it. Yep, I've got it right here. This is one of our secret weapons. This is my secret weapon for my brows, and I can't believe that more people haven't discovered this. So I'm going to share it with you ladies. Who's ready for my brow secret weapon? Type in the chat if you're ready. Oh, Karen's giving me the thumbs up. Fabulous. Oh, Heather says my powder also helps keep my hair from sticking to the foundation. Absolutely. 100%, that powder. And you know, that powder is also a fabulous dry shampoo. So if you're on like day 4 of your blowout, that little smidge of the loose powder is a fabulous dry shampoo. And it also helps absorb body perspiration. So I will go in with a large, big, like fluffy brush and the loose powder in a pinch, and it's fantastic for that too. All right, so this is my secret open for brows, and I like a bold, strong brow. So this is one of my best tips for fall. I like a bold, strong brow. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna groom my brows with a number 10 precision angle dual angled brush. And then I'm gonna go in with our beautiful eyeliner in espresso. You guys, this espresso liner is like, you're gonna see this featured prominently this morning.
I love it so much.
Oh my God, it's so good, it's so good. Again, no heavy metals, no coal tar, no carbon black, no terrible ingredients. That is truly what I love about these products, and that they perform and I don't have to worry about them. So again, when you're doing your brows, you just want to follow the natural line and arch of your brow. And I do not make this a whole big thing. I just take a minute per brow and I just fill in gently. And here's the thing, if you mess up, you just literally just wipe it off. Like that's, I never worry about messing them up, because you just can wipe it off easy. And then you just take this brush and you just brush it through, right? And then you kind of see where you are with your brow. So you can go back in, can fill in where you need to, all right? Brush up with the strokes and then brush out. And the brow, like the trend, which has been trending for a long time now, is to kind of brush your brows up and out. Okay, and look how that just, I mean, I have brows now, right? Like amazing, right? Like look at the before and after, and it looks natural. Like it's not like, oh, she just put these giant brows on her face. Like it looks, right? It looks totally natural. And you just keep filling in until you're done, right? So now I'm gonna do the other side. And you guys, like, again, after you practice once or twice, it honestly just comes so naturally. And again, you draw the line across the base, following the arch of your brow. And if you don't have brows, if you're missing brows on the outer edge of your eyebrow where they would be, you just draw it in. Just draw it in. And then you go back and you draw up and out. All right, so you don't want to draw sideways the whole time. You want to draw up and out. And I love this eyeliner because it's kind of like a gel pencil. Like it really blends beautifully and it just goes on really nicely. It doesn't like stick. It looks really, really good and really natural. Okay, so those are my brows. Totally filled in. And again, you just run this brush through until you get the look that you want. So I'm going to put that away for now, but we're going to revisit the liner. And then next up is, this is like the star of the show, is our bronzer and highlighter. And I'm so excited, you guys, to show you the bronzer and highlighter and use several different ways. So we're going to use the bronzer as bronzer, and I'm going to use the W100 shade. This is our classic bronzer and the number 3 bronzer brush, which is so fabulous. We also have the C100, the C50, cool 50 bronzer, which is a little bit lighter and a cooler undertone. That's used really more for contouring. It can also be used for bronzing, but it's primarily used for contouring. So tapping up the excess. And then I like to go in like kind of right along the outer edge of my cheekbone. And this is truly for fall. You want to bronze and you want to highlight. Like those are like the two things for fall that I think are most important. Bronzing and highlighting. You can see that I'm like creating a cheekbone or carving out my cheekbone, I should say. Okay. Contouring out my cheekbone, but really bronzing. Take a little more. I apply it right along my hairline. You don't want to do forehead. You really want to do hairline, kind of almost going into your hair. And then last step is along your jawline. And then down, bring that down, right? So you're just kind of bringing that shadow down. And this is how you bronze with our W100 bronzer, our solarized bronzer. And again, we have EcoCert certified minerals that pigment our bronzer and that give it that beautiful shade. So that's step one of, and everyone, you know, if you're watching Instagram, all the Instagram, you know, influencers on Instagram, they're doing the bronzing and highlighting. So we're going to do some blush and highlight as well. We're going to continue to contour with blush, and then we're going to go with our gorgeous highlighter, which is on sale, which is so fabulous. We have our first early holiday offer, but I will get to that in a moment. So now I'm going to go in with our beautiful blush. And I think I'm going to use the shade, let's see. I'm going to use the shade Dusty Mauve, which I absolutely love. So this is the Dusty Mauve shade, so pretty. And all of these colors are designed to look universally flattering on all skin tones. So whether you're the fairest of the palest or the most deepest, richest skin tone possible, these colors are designed to look beautiful on your skin. So I love that. Crunchy is absolutely inclusive. We want everyone to look and feel beautiful wearing our makeup. So I'm just applying it. So remember, the bronzer went here, the blush goes right above. Okay, just like that. So bronzer, blush right above. And a little goes a long way, because in addition to being EcoCert certified minerals to pigment, they are the products are richly pigmented. And there's actually argan oil in the blush. I'm telling you, each of these products not only has safe, toxic-free ingredients, but ingredients that nourish and benefit your skin at every level. Okay. So see how I blended it in? I took the number 2 loose powder brush, I blended that in. The next step is, star of the show is the highlighter in Glow, Luminescence highlighter in Glow. You guys look at that new packaging. Of course, paperboard packaging. We avoid plastic wherever possible. Look at that beautiful new packaging. It's so pretty. And I love this highlighter so much. And there's so many ways to use this highlighter. I'm going to grab of course, you guys, this brush is the best brush for highlighter. It is number 5 highlighter brush. I'm going to pick up the highlighter, tap off the excess. The way this brush is shaped is very specific. So you can use the tip or the flat of the brush, no matter where you are in your face, to apply the highlighter for best results. So you can really apply highlighter anywhere. There are specific places I like to apply it that I feel like really bring out your eyes, they bring out your cheekbones. So the classic places to apply highlighter are right along, hopefully you can see that. So it's kind of like bronzer, blush, highlighter. And you guys, I just love it so much. I know you all love it too. And this makes the perfect gift for that special like teenage girl in your life, or your sister, your mom, your aunt. Like honestly, this is like the perfect gift, and it's on sale now. It's $20 off for this set. So perfect time to dive in. I already ordered my sets. I like to go in underneath my eyebrow, so on my brow bone, to also highlight, catch the sun. And when you do your brows and you give yourself a strong brow and you pop that highlighter right underneath, you're giving yourself a faux brow lift, and who doesn't want that? Then my next trick to help my eyes pop and kind of open up is to put that highlighter right in the inner corner of my eye. And that also kind of helps open up my eyes and lighten and brighten them, right? So next up is you can apply a little on the outer edge. And again, you can just apply where you want to. You can experiment with it. I encourage you to try in different spots. I like right here, outer edge of my temples. And then you can do a little on your nose. You can do it right here. You can even do a little here. You can literally glow like a unicorn. So it's so fun to use this product, and you can use it almost anywhere. All right, so that's our beautiful Glow highlighter. And I think it's important to continue, like everyone loves highlighter. It's so lovely to have that full look in the fall, because as we start to lose our summer glow, if we have a summer glow, like it's really nice to kind of keep that going in the fall and winter months, because we tend to get very pale. So it's important to add color and like a gleam to our skin to still have that beautiful, healthy glow, have that lovely look. So I'm gonna grab, our, I'm gonna go back to our bronzer, and I'm gonna take the W100 again, and I'm gonna take the number 9 fluffy blender brush, which is my favorite eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna pick up some of the shadow, and I'm actually going to, because I love to show you guys how versatile our products really are. So I just love sometimes grabbing the bronzer and using it as a simple shadow. And you can see my technique with the brush. And you guys, if you have any questions, isn't it so pretty, Laura? If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat, or you can even unmute if you like. And Laura, if you can check if there's any questions on Facebook, it's also great. I can answer that way. But you can see that I'm just bringing it above the crease because so you can see the color. Otherwise, it's just going to be like on the lid where no one will see it. And again, I'm just using one color. I'm just using the bronzer for my shadow, just to show how versatile it really is. And I'm not bringing it all the way into the inner corner of my eye. I'm just doing like the outer 2/3 of my eye. Now, what you can do is you can actually contour and add depth and dimension just with one color. You don't have to switch to a different color. So if I want to kind of deepen the color right here, that's exactly what I do. I just deepen the color in the outer corner. So you're almost doing like a gradient effect, just using that one color. Easy peasy. Right. Let's see. So now next up is I promised you we would revisit our liner, and here we are back again to revisit the liner. I'm actually going to, before I hop in with lining my eyes with I had to double check, make sure it was the espresso liner. And you're going to see it used again. I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter and I'm going to just really highlight the inner corner of my eye and inner corner of my lid. Okay, you can see that. So just to kind of really give it a little more drama and really kind of emphasize like that the outer, this kind of helps my eyes open up and pop and widen even more. My eyes are kind of close set together, so anything I can do to kind of give that illusion of them being further apart is very helpful. So next up, again, we're going to grab our espresso liner. And I'm going to just gently line, and you see how I'm like kind of laying the liner? And I like to line right along the lash line, right? Very, very, very gentle strokes. I work like 2/3 of the way out, just like that. Leave it like that. You can do a little wing, a little cat eye. You can line all the way in. I tend to start here 1/3 of the way out, and I don't even line to the end of my eye. I just line to like where my lashes end. Same thing here. You want to kind of lay that liner almost flat, and you want to grab right along the lash line and line your eye, line along your lash line. You can absolutely line along your lower lashes. I just tend to go with whatever kind of goes there. As I'm lining my upper lash line, sometimes a little liner gets on my lower lash line. I just leave it. I don't go back and do more, but you totally can if you want. That's just personal preference. So I've lined my eyes, and what I do is I try and stay as close to the lash line as possible because I don't have a lot of lid space. So I want to show off what I have. If you do a thicker line, that's fine. But if you have heavy lidded hooded eyes like I do, you're going to cover up what little lid space you have. So it's important to just be mindful of that. If you have like big, lots of beautiful lid space, you can do a thick line. You can do a big old wing or a big old cat eye. I just can't do that. So I'm going to grab my beautiful Shattered mascara, which I love so much. This is so good for really, you have to take a little bit of time and patience, like a minute per eye, but it's so worth it to get that beautiful, those beautiful lashes. And I'm so glad that you ladies could join me this morning. It's so fun to get ready with you all. And I like to kind of grab at the base and do a little wiggle as I bring them up. And again, the key to this is just having a little bit of patience and really just, kind of going back and forth. And that's how this mascara works best. A little bit about the shelf life of the products. The skincare all has a shelf life of 6 months once opened, a year from purchase date, if unopened. And then your makeup, same thing, about a year shelf life. That really goes for everything. Mascara is really 3 months. Once you open that tube, you start, every time you use it, you're introducing dirt and bacteria and impurities in the tube. It really is key to go ahead and replace it every 3 months, even if you haven't used it every 3 months, even if it's not used up, just because of the nature of, and that goes for any mascara. And you're working on your eyes, so you just always want to be super careful. Also for eyeliners, important to replace those every 3 months. Because dirt and bacteria and impurities build up on the liner too, and it's very, very difficult to clean liner and to sanitize it. In fact, we don't recommend it because that can really kind of mess up the liner. So it's just important to be mindful when you're using products around your eyes like this, like mascara and liner. Basically, you definitely want to replace those every 3 months. And that's just really good, like, hygiene for your eyes. Because you know what, we have to protect our vision. We only have like one set of eyes, right? Hi, Annie, welcome. Right, we don't have replacement eyes. So you can see I'm just kind of, you don't have to do so many coats. I just like going in, and there's something almost like just sort of meditative and fun about it, but I like going in and doing several coats. Hopefully you can see that nice difference. And this will stay all day. It's not gonna flake, it's not gonna run, you're not gonna have raccoon eyes, it really stays all day. I also find what helps is when I did that light dusting of loose powder, I do it around my whole eye area. You just wanna make sure the eye area is dry before you apply your mascara, and the little bit of loose powder kind of soaks up any excess oils. Also, if you use oils on your skin, like I actually loosen my makeup at night with our new crunchy little super serum. This is fantastic for loosening up eye makeup. And actually, I just kind of take this and I just kind of do a gentle massage over my whole face to get rid of all this is like my double cleanse. So this is my first cleanse with the little super serum. My second cleanse is with one of our beautiful facial bars. So I do have oil residue on my face, so I really have to be sure to wash it well in the morning, and then definitely use that loose powder to absorb any excess oils. For all of us oily gals, it's important that the oils are not on our eyes when we're applying our eye makeup. So last up for this very simple fall tutorial, once again, we are going to go in with our spectacular espresso liner. You guys, this is such a fun look I'm about to do right here. I'm very excited about it. I need to make sure that I have all of my tools in front of me. So this is a 3-step lip look, but it will last for hours and it's totally worth it. And I'm so excited to bring it to you. So step 1 is, I have to get my steps in order. Step 1 is we are going to, oh, and I forgot to show you guys. So we're going to line, once again, I'm going to line my lips with the espresso liner. So she's back for a 3rd time, gals. And then the other part of this liner is this beautiful smudging tool. So if you like a thicker line with your eyeliner, you can smudge it with this fabulous smudging tool. So you're gonna grab the eyeliner and you're gonna use it as a lip liner. And this is fabulous. If you're like me and you're starting to have like thinning lips, not only does this keep your lip color in place, but it gives you the illusion of, larger lips, which is really nice. And then I just fill it in. And this is going to give you a spectacular look for fall. This is probably one of my favorite hacks of all time. So ladies, prepare yourselves. So this is step 1. Now you can stop right here. This is kind of like a gorgeous sort of like raisin-y, raisin lip. Like I love this shade for lip color, perfect for fall. But wait, there's more. I'm gonna grab some of our highlighter, Luminescence and Glow. She's coming back for a 2nd time around. All right. Tapping it on for a beautiful shimmer, beautiful fall shimmer. But wait, there's more. Now you could totally stop right here. But we're not. We're going to take our gorgeous clear gloss, our Peppermint Plumbing Lip Gloss in Transparency. And this is one of my favorite glosses. I feel like it's the unsung hero of our glosses. It does have a pale, pale pink tint to it. I'm going to grab some of this. And I'm done. This is my fall lip. So, and it's delightful with the peppermint. This is like the perfect, it's like, think of like the perfect latte on your lips, okay? So this is, again, just to recap, this is our beautiful espresso liner, highliner, and then topped off with our gorgeous Luminescence Glow highlighter, and then a quick swipe of our Transparency lip gloss. And it just smells and feels delightful.
Do you use the same liner on your lips that you use on your eyes, or do you keep just one for your eyes for hygiene reasons?
That's such a good question. Honestly, I just grab the same liner for both. I use it all over my face, and then every 3 months, I absolutely swap it out and just get a new one. That's just kind of what I do. Do the glosses have caffeine in them? No, Christina, no caffeine in the glosses at all. The ones that are peppermint, and we do have another shade coming that's going to have the same peppermint oil in it, or actually peppermint extract. They have not caffeine, but they have like the peppermint in them. So this like that natural sort of lip plumping and like awesome like tingly effect, but no caffeine. Do you use, oh, okay. Thank you for reading that question from Karen. Yeah, no, this is perfect. I forgot to add that one option you have with your mascara, see if I can find it now. An option you have with your mascara is you can add 1 drop of lavender essential oil, doTERRA lavender essential oil, to the mascara tube to kind of help control, it's like a natural, Laura can speak to this better, but it's like a natural antimicrobial that can help control growth of bacteria and yuckies, other impurities. It can help kind of control that in the tube. But again, I toss this every 3 months and I just get a new one just because I don't want to mess around with anything like near my eyes. So that's my fall look. If you, I know we have some advocates on this call, which is awesome, but if you have not, experienced crunchy makeup and skincare, and of course our amazing sunscreen, I encourage you to reach out to me. I can share more information with you about our beautiful makeup and skincare, and help you get started on an awesome routine just for you and get you color match if you're looking for foundation. We have anywhere from the lightest of light shades to the deepest, richest tones. So we have every skin color covered with both foundation and concealer, and every other product in between is amazing for all skin tones. So Laura, I think that is really all I had for today for our fall look. So if you want to dive in and take it away with your head tension tips, we are all ears.